Hey friends, my name is Tawny. Welcome to my Glow and Grow series. Today we're going to be talking about manifestation and meditation. So if you're new here, welcome. I just recently started this channel. We're really talking about all things physical, mental, emotional health. Here is my pupper Snickers. He is wanting to play right now with his socks. You'll probably see him pop in and out of this video. So first we're going to start with manifestation. This term I feel like has gotten more and more ground lately. People are like, how do I manifest? Is it even real? It sounds like a bunch of hocus pocus to me. Manifestation is essentially putting out into the universe who you want to become. So when you hear the term fake it till you make it, that's kind of really applies here. So we are putting in the actions day in and day out. Maybe we're creating new habits, staying consistent with them, and we're doing those things because it'll lead us to the person we want to become. So we can't just have an idea in our head, hey, I want to be a musician, that's kind of my dream, but ultimately you still have to put in the work, right? So you still have to do the research of maybe starting a band or making your own music, finding those connections in your community. So while we manifest, we put out into the world who we want to become, we still have to do the work. There's a lot of different things that can help with this. I know vision boards have become increasingly popular. So if you say, this is what I want my life to look like, going to the internet, drawing inspiration, different pictures, printing those out and putting them onto a physical piece of paper or a board, and then looking at that every day can be really helpful for some people to stay motivated. It's really like eye on the prize. This is what I want for myself. These are the images that I want to attract and get into my life. And just seeing that daily reminder can be a great way to just tell yourself, like, keep going, keep chasing your dreams, putting in the work, and it will work out for you. I have actually never done a vision board. I'm not against it. I just haven't taken the time to do one. Something that works really well for me in manifesting is taking advantage of specific moon cycles. You can manifest anytime, but I really do like to take advantage of new moons. That's the perfect time that we're really like putting out there to the universe, this is what I want, this is what I want to achieve, this is who I want to become, and using that momentum to make it come true. I also really like to journal. So I have an online journal. I do maybe 3 or 4 entries a week. It really depends, but that's something that if you're struggling to get in the habit, I would focus on that as one of your habits of, okay, I'm going to journal once a day, or really whatever your schedule looks like. When we're putting into words what we want for ourselves in our lives, we're much more likely to hold ourselves accountable. On the other hand, also, letting friends and family members know about your goals is another way to stay accountable. I know this one is kind of up in the air. For some people, say that you shouldn't tell people about your dreams and goals because it actually makes you harder to achieve them. I don't believe in that if you are with the right set of people, right? So if you're with your people, and how do you know you're with your people? Your people are going to support you. They're going to be cheering you on. They're going to be like, heck yeah, Tawny, keep going. I'm so proud of you. If you're not hearing that from the people in your inner circle, you need to really reevaluate those people, because anyone who's in your life who is not cheering you on is essentially dragging you down. So that's also another component. I'm very blessed and grateful that my inner circle and my family, I've gotten to a point where I feel open to share my dreams and goals with them. But it's constantly kind of a wall that I'm breaking down, right? So something that I need to work on is just being the most comfortable, confident, but also vulnerable version of myself to put things into the world that are a little bit scary and new to me. So just for example, this channel is a little scary and certainly new to me. I'm typically very shy, quiet, stay to myself. I like to have a good time. So when I go out, that kind of like personality flips. I can be more open and free. But the goal is ultimately to be open and free all the time and just to be myself. So no more fears. We're not doing what we want to do in life because, oh, someone might think this or say this, or maybe I'm too old to be doing that. That is all a lie. That's a lie that a lot of us have been told. We're too old to do something, stay in our lanes. At any point in time, you can change and generate the life that you want. How it really started for me, I think a year ago, very close to the date, I know it was January or February, I kind of sat down with myself and I was like, what do I want my life to look like? I'm not talking about any like crazy goals or achievement, but just thinking about my day-to-day, day in, day out life. What do I want that to be like? And for me, I was really looking at, the kind of like soft girl life, Pilates princess. Like, yeah, I want to move my body. I want to fuel my body. I don't want to eat all this junk and all this like self-pity. I want the talk in my head to be positive and not so negative all the time. And that's just ultimately kind of like a vision of this life that I saw in my head. And I said, okay, what steps can I take today? Because overnight, I'm not going to generate, right, this whole new life or this whole new person that I want to become. So I have to put in the steps. So I've been working on creating my habits, having a, AM skincare routine, having a nighttime skincare routine that was previously very foreign to me. So I had to start with, researching different products and the steps of products, like, okay, which order do I do all of this in? So there is a lot of research involved if you're wanting to change your life and move into a new era, right? It's not just gonna happen by you sitting in your home, secluding yourself. So we want to take advantage of any resources that we have online, different communities, because ultimately we can't learn and do everything completely on our own. We might need a little bit of help, and that's completely okay, and that's completely normal. Another thing that I did, I mentioned the journaling, but I actually recently got a planner. So for years and years, I would have a 12-month planner. There's month view and then all the days laid out so I could write down all my goals and priorities for that specific week. So breaking things down by week makes it seem a little less scary. I went off a little bit and didn't have a planner. I felt like I was just doing so good. Like I'm doing these habits and routines on my own. I felt like I was really killing it. But I got to a point about a month ago where I was like, I'm starting to feel a little disorganized again. And that's okay. I'm not gonna go to that place in my head where I'm like spiraling or feeling bad for myself, right? So we wanna give ourselves grace first and foremost. But I did pick up a new planner for this year and it's been tremendously helpful. I've only had it 4 weeks now, but I'm tracking out my movement for the day. I've added a gratitude section, just thinking of 3 things every single day that I'm grateful for to really, really put things into perspective. I'm tracking my hydration, tracking my self-care and hobbies, and that has really allowed me to continue to just be consistent with my goals. And instead of seeing long-term necessarily, yes, I see like where I want to be, but I'm not getting so caught up and so stuck in the fact that I'm not there yet. I'm just taking 1 week at a time, a lot of times, honestly, 1 day at a time. And I'm like, what can I achieve today that's gonna make me feel good mentally, physically, emotionally? And that's gonna get me towards kind of that dream goal spot that I wanna be in. So movement has been huge for me. Habits have been huge. So again, when we manifest, we are putting into the universe, honestly, like this energy of, I like to sit with myself every now and then and just check in that I'm moving in the direction and path that I want to. So you're really gonna wanna listen to your heart, which can be incredibly difficult to do. If you live in your head like me, I'm very cerebral. I have to remind myself that my thoughts do not dictate my actions. right? So I could be having a negative thought. "Oh, I don't want to get up. I don't want to walk today." But still find the strength in my body to get up and do it. And every single time I do something that is moving me closer to my goals and my dreams, I feel incredible. And I use that positive momentum to just keep going. Just keep going. You're going to slip off. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have bad weeks. But if you consistently show up for yourself, and sometimes it's the smallest ways. Like, we don't have to do all these crazy things to achieve our dreams. Day one is just starting small, building habits, doing those over and over again, getting repetitive, and eventually it'll become so natural that you don't even think about taking a day off almost. You just keep going. That fire in your belly that you feel, use that momentum and just keep going. I also want to talk about meditation. I am fairly new to the meditation game, so about a year ago, I started in the morning, just 10 minutes a day. I'll put on different frequency channels on YouTube. Oh, I'm just so in love with frequencies. I don't know everything there is to know about them, but I know there is a correlation to each chakra. So the energy systems that are in the plane of our bodies, starting from the root all the way up to the crown. And I've really been focusing on personally my heart chakra, which is in the center here, and my throat chakra. So heart associated with love, forgiveness, acceptance. The throat, communicating my own needs. That's always been really, really hard for me. If I have to have like any sort of difficult conversation with someone, it has to do with my emotions and how I'm feeling. I typically in the past have just put up a wall and decided it was safer for me to not share. And I am working so hard to open up to friends and family. It's allowed a closer relationship with friends and family and with my husband. And that's just something I'm forever grateful with. And when I think about it, I have to like give myself thanks because I've taken the time to focus on those areas of myself. It's never ending, by the way. Like, I still have a long ways to go in my journey, and that's okay. That's not going to discourage me. I'm feeling good. I'm on a good path. But these frequencies just touch these different chakra points. So I would put on this, 10 minutes of music. I would just sit with myself, close my eyes, sometimes put my hands to my chest. And the goal of meditation is to just be in your body, to let any thoughts that come into your head kind of just float by, and we're not passing judgment on them. We're not like, oh, what a nasty thing to think. Why are you so negative in your thought patterns? That's not going to help anyone. We're like torturing ourselves. Just get to this place of calm and quiet, gently push those thoughts away. It'll get easier and easier every morning that you do it. So now about a year later, I still have a lot of just like 10-minute sessions in the morning, but I've also been doing sometimes where I'll get lost and just like lost in my body, honestly, and it'll be 20, 30 plus minutes have passed. Those are always the best sessions. That's like my body needed it, my mind needed that rest, and I just go for it. You can also include some light movement and stretching when you meditate. I know people are probably like, what are you talking about? But like, I'll get down on the floor, I'll listen to my frequency music, I'll close my eyes, I'll just do some easy light stretches, maybe just moving my arms back and forward, really feeling in my body and being in tune with my body. I didn't realize, there's so many things that are underneath the surface that even me thinking as much as I do, like 24/7 it seems, I have a conscious stream of thoughts. There's a lot of stuff that your body holds on to that we're not consciously aware of. So meditation can help us get to that subconscious level of what do I actually need? What fulfillment needs am I missing? Working through, anywhere from basic needs to more of a passion, personal fulfillment. And it's been really, really rewarding to learn myself in a way that is just so personal and I didn't really know it existed. So just start. The main thing is just to start. You can't do it wrong when we're talking about manifesting and meditation. Just get to that place of calmness within yourself. You can really, really discover a lot about what you need and what's maybe missing in your life. Finding that grace for yourself, compassion, kindness. We think about this a lot when we think of other people. Our loved ones make a mistake and you can see it's like tearing them up inside, and you're just like, don't do that to yourself. Like, you're so beautiful. You're such a beautiful human and soul. So we need to give that same grace and kindness to ourselves because we absolutely deserve it. We're doing the best we can. We're putting in the work day in and day out. I'm so proud of you. If you made it this far through the video, I'm extremely touched. There's a lot of YouTubers in the space doing a lot of similar things, I'm sure. Talking about manifestation, meditation, doing the beauty routines, maybe talking about anxiety and depression and ADHD. And while I have mad respect for everyone else, I don't want to compare myself to other people. So I know there's lots of channels out there with the glitz and the glam, and that's incredible, whether they've been working on it for decades or they just kind of started. But I didn't want to stop my journey. I wanted to kind of share things that have helped me because I've made a tremendous transformation over the last several years, like night and day different person. I know that I have a lot more work to go, but I really just wanted to share that in hopes to build a community that's, just a little more raw and real. We're not going to do a bunch of crazy editing. Maybe someday. I'm still new here. But if you're here, I appreciate you. I hope everyone has a blessed day. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and we'll see you next time.